Dinesh D'Souza. Dinesh, good to see you.
Rick, good to be on the show.
And it's great to see that smile on your face. It says things are going well.
They are.
Let's get right to Costco. I mean, that was a firestorm. Co-founder of Costco is a big Obama supporter, big Democratic supporter. He's no longer on the payroll of the company, as I understand it. Costco announced they're removing your book from its shelves, as we pointed out. People hit Twitter, hit Facebook. It backfired. The book is staying. Costco, it says, it's because the book is not a part of the New York Times best-selling list, has nothing to do with politics. Your take.
Well, the whole thing was very bizarre, and I've had a long-time relationship with Costco. This is my 13th book.
Wow.
And a number of my books have been in Costco. And so I was very shocked to hear this. And then even more shocked when they said it was a decision based upon, they're clearing out books that don't sell. Why? Because I go on Costco, I look at their shelf. They have book signings, by the way. They have book signings by authors. And I look up those authors. One guy's number 8,000 on Amazon. The other guy's number 55,000. I found one guy they're doing a book signing for who's more than 1 million on Amazon, which means that Amazon has 3 million books. 1 million books are selling ahead of this guy.
And you are where on Amazon?
And I am currently number one on Amazon. I have the best-selling book in the country. And that's fiction or nonfiction. But the book was about number 40, still way ahead of Hillary's book, which is about 100. And so it made no sense for Costco to pull the book. Besides, they made the decision to pull it July 1st, the day before my movie of the same title was going into 1,100 screens across the country.
So you don't believe it was just some boneheaded guy checking off a box in some office somewhere?
It doesn't make any sense. I don't know what caused it or who decided, but I will say that what changed the decision wasn't that Costco said, oops, we made a mistake. It was that they felt the warmth getting hotter and hotter, and ultimately their website was bombarded. And so, they did the right thing. They said, all right, we're going to put the books back in. They called my publisher and they said, we're going to order 25,000 more books. So they're actually now making sure that every Costco has the book.
By the way, they were our jag offer today yesterday. So there's Costco. Good news there. We're not buying taking at face value their explanation. Now, a lot of people are not aware, Google is misdirecting searches for your movie elsewhere.
We're working to resolve this without making an issue of it. What happens is when you go into Google and you put America and you put movie, you see our poster, America, but below that it says 2016 Obama's America. That's my old film from 2 years ago. So, this is confusing to people who are trying to find out where the film is playing and can they go see it. So we've reported to Google. They swear it's not a plot, it's a technical glitch. They're trying to solve it. Hopefully, it'll be solved very quickly.
All right, New York Times, I want to get on this real quick. Your book had qualified to be on a New York Times bestseller list, but it was not included. Now, if I understand that accurately, they now say you will be on July 13th. Is that accurate?
Well, what happened is the book came out the gate. It was selling 5,000 copies a week. That should be strong enough to put it on the list right away. But the Times was kind of like holding off, And there is a suspicion that with the Times that they manipulate that list. They doctor it, and they never say which bookstores. So in this technological era, you got to take it on faith that their editors are the arbiters of what books are selling. That's not going to last very long. But with the book it's just picked up so much steam that now it's creeping onto the list, and with it being number one now for 3 days in a row, if it doesn't make the list now, that's not going to be a reflection on me. It's going to make the New York Times look stupid.
So Costco, Google, New York Times, maybe they're all just honest mistakes, but also maybe Lois Lerner's hard drive crashed as well.
Well, remember that the New York Times is liberal. They're very left-wing. They've been covering for Obama for 6 years now. The head of Google is, in fact, a liberal. And look, the head of Costco is too, but that by itself doesn't mean anything because Costco has customers across the spectrum, and you can have liberal executives and still run a company that doesn't try to, play political favorites. It's the censorship aspect of it that infuriated people, and I'm really glad that episode seems to be now behind us.
It's great effort by the folks of America out there.
They're the real heroes of the story. See, people feel frustrated. They feel, what can I do? Well, here's an answer. This little guy with social media who's willing to take a stance, you can bring a giant corporation to its knees.
Let's shift gears to the movie. As you know, I saw the movie Saturday night. I texted you afterwards, thought it was a great movie, and I did. It was groundbreaking, Dinesh. To me, it was William Buckley-esque. You once told me that this is the film that Andrew Breitbart wanted to make. I agree. You took the time, you were deliberate and thorough in exposing the agenda and the methods and the history of the left. Unfortunately, that's something you can't do in a 30-second conversation. It has to be done, I would imagine, in the way that it's been done, a book, a movie, and it shows how they are destroying America from within. That's why I say those young people need to go out and see. Everyone needs to see it, but especially those young people who don't know any other narrative. What has been, before I get to the left's reaction, this is important. You received an A+ score from audience of Cinemascore. Talk about what that is, what that means.
Cinemascore is a company based in Las Vegas, and they're trusted in Hollywood. What they do is they go to films and they interview people coming out of the theater, and they ask, how enthusiastically would you recommend this film to someone else? Now, most films get 40 to 50%. Films that are excellent will get an A- or a B+ rating. We are the only film in the theaters now to get an A+, over 95% rating. Now, Cinemascore has been doing this for 30 years. 52 films in 30 years have gotten A+, including
amazing.
Driving Miss Daisy, The Lion King, Schindler's List, Forrest Gump, and now our film, America. What that tells you is that people who see the film, they fall in love with the film, and they are fired up to tell other people about it. So our film is not a depressing film. It's a film that leaves you energized. It kindles that love of America that's in every American breast but has been beaten down by the left. So it's a film that is powerfully moving people.
We don't want to give it away because we want people to see the film, but I want to mention, you talk about important issues. You don't skirt them. You talk about slavery in America. You talk about the historical treatment of American Indians. The accusation of genocide, and you put it all in an historical perspective, the good, the bad, the ugly, the reality of it. I just want our viewers to be aware of that. The left's reaction, they ignored your first movie, 2016, until Barack Obama came out and made a comment and the movie went through the roof. They're not ignoring this one, are they?
No, the left is out screaming, and I'm glad they're screaming. I want them to scream. In fact, many of the people screaming the loudest are the targets of the film. So, in other words, the fact that we criticize their core values, they're upset, and that's good. The more intelligent people on the left, though, respect the film. I was in Washington, D.C. last Sunday to be on George Stephanopoulos' show, and I was across debating Michael Eric Dyson, African-American scholar. He's in the film.
He's in the film, yeah.
He talks about the issue of race and slavery. And I asked him, I said, Mike, you know, did you feel you were treated fairly in the film? He goes, Dinesh, absolutely. And he goes, I was startled that my fellow leftists, in effect, he said, also all were given their say. You didn't jump on us, you didn't ambush us, you gave us our say, and then you turned around and gave us your point of view. So he said, this is a very well done film. And coming from him, it meant a lot to me because I went out of my way not to do the Michael Moore, you know, do the gorilla jump on your source, but rather let people speak and then turn around and have your point of view. I
want our viewers to understand, you let these liberal activists who are influential in America, you let them speak, and the things they said were hair-raising.
Well, one of them, what's interesting is, in some ways, they go around denouncing America. We're like Nazi Germany. We're the bad guys. We're the evil empire. So one of them, I said to them, you know, if we're the evil empire and you had an atomic bomb, would you drop it on America? And it's very interesting to see him think through the implications of his own views. Because, you know, if I were a citizen living in Nazi Germany and I thought Nazi Germany was a menace to the world, I would want to bring down the regime. So this is a film that actually, although it's a patriotic film, it's not just rah-rah America. It digs down, it allows the critics to have their say, and yet at the end of it, you come out even more powerfully moved with love for this country and what it has meant for humanity.
All right, Dinesh D'Souza, we're out of time. We thank you for joining us. Again, our viewers, we recommend they go out, see the movie. Costco, go to Costco, buy the book, or somewhere, Amazon.com. It is groundbreaking. You agree with that statement, groundbreaking?
I tried to make a groundbreaking film. The first time around, 2016, I think, is a good film, but this film I'm really proud of. It's the topic of my life. As I came to America at 17. This country has meant so much to me, and this film is a reflection of what makes America unique.
All right, Dinesh D'Souza. Good to see you in studio, and congratulations and continued success.
Thank you.